Attenzione, questo video è sconsigliato a tutti coloro che ancora si ostinano a chiamare l'Islam una religione, e per lo più abramitica.
Have you seen how Muslims fight over the black stone? We're going to explain what the Meccans used to do more in this video. Please watch this video until the end if you want to know more about the black stone. Let's go! As you saw, Muslims are pushing, even screaming in anger and fighting over the black stone and being hostile to one another just to reach the black stone to touch it, or if capable, smooching it with their lips. Very sad and disturbing, I agree. Yet Muslims want to convince us that they are not pagans and Islam is not a pagan cult.
Emotional, damn it!
Really? According to the Islamic sources, the stone used to be more white than milk, but the stone became black because the sins of mankind were absorbed into the black stone. So the black stone forgave the sins of mankind. Hence why it's called in Arabic Hajar Aswad, i.e. black stone. Some sources also say that the black stone is Yamin Allah on earth, which means the right hand of Allah. We also know that the Kaaba was destroyed many times over by Muslims. The Karmatians, or in Arabic Al-Qaramita, stole the stone for at least 2 decades, defiled it with human excrement, and smashed it into tiny little pieces. The leader of the Qaramita even challenged Allah, saying, "Ya Allah, send your army of birds to kill us if you are there." Yet Allah stayed silent and did nothing. More than 90% of the stone went missing. Only 8 tiny pebbles are left from the original football-sized stone. Where was Allah to protect his beloved black stone? Allahu Alam, Muslims don't know. Clearly Allah forgot his promise in the Quran to send his army of birds with tiny stones in their claws to throw it at the enemies of Allah and Muhammad to protect his beloved Kaaba and stone. Yet, as mentioned earlier, both the Kaaba and the stone were destroyed many times over. Here is more. In a famous book called Al-Milal wal-Nahl by Ash-Sharistani on page 247, we read that a very strange and yet disturbing ritual was practiced by the Quraysh of Mecca during Hajj, and together we will understand what the original meaning of Hajj is and what was being done by the women of Mecca to the black stone. Be warned, the following info could be very disturbing for some people. Hajj comes from the word hak or ihtikak, i.e. rubbing of the female private parts against the black stone of Allah. In other words, the women of Mecca used to rub their private parts on the black stone during their monthly courses for fertility wishes. When women wanted to have a baby, they rubbed their vaginas against the black stone, bleeding on the stone. So the black stone was always covered in blood. Oof, nasty. Not only the women were seen naked, but also the men used to go around the Kaaba with their penises dripping semen. In History of At-Tabari, Volume 1, page 203, we can also read, when it was asked why and how did the black stone turn black, the answer was, menstruating women were touching it. Touching here means rubbing their female private parts against the stone. Yuck! We know that Muhammad and his Sahaba and today's Muslims still kiss the black stone. Oof. So now we know why the stone became black, my friends. That's the real reason right there. Muhammad then later forbade the Meccans to go naked circulating the Kaaba, which is called tawaf. Maybe that could have been the reason why Umar ibn al-Khattab didn't want to kiss the stone. Yet Umar only kissed it because he saw Muhammad putting his lips on the stone, kissing it. Umar, being a Meccan himself, clearly knew what the women of Mecca used to do to the black stone. So he didn't see any advantage or benefit kissing a black stone covered with women's menstruation blood. Oof, very disturbing indeed. Please share this video on social media and stay away from the nasty black stone and pagan rituals of Islam.